I'm here with my co-host Lovey.
Lovey.
Lovey. Yeah, he just wants to snuggle with us and get in the video. Um, I wanted to share something that was an interesting, uh, just way of wording it that I was speaking with some friends about, and it just kind of came out pretty good. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. Uh, I am in deep rest, or I am deep rest, where I understood that a lot of things that happen in our life when we go through seasons of challenges and difficulties and depression is something that if we don't gain victory in, if we don't overcome and get what we need out of it, then we're constantly basically just going to keep struggling in that area. I know that some people describe depression as like the worst thing in the world, and then they can't think, they can't do anything, and we've covered this topic before, but it's just another way of looking at it. So, if you want to think back to moments that you were depressed or moments that you are depressed in even now, uh, this is the time for your heart, for your mind, and your body to get a new chance to be reborn, to seek a solution, to seek an answer, and get out of that place that you're in that's keeping you in that deep rest area. Because your mind and your body, when you're depressed, you don't want to do anything, you don't want to go anywhere, you don't want to talk to anybody, you just want to be left alone. You sometimes don't even want to talk, but you're still thinking, and your mind's constantly thinking. A lot of people who are moving at 100 miles an hour and working 24/7 or keeping themselves occupied with all sorts of things, they never slow down enough to deal with thing, that thing that's stopping them, that thing that's not helping them move to the next level, to the next area. I am understanding that in my life, whenever I did go through these seasons and these challenges, it was like, okay, it's time to either move forward, move in the direction God's leading me, or just stay where I'm at and be deep rested. You can be so deep rest that you want to you don't want to do anything. But the only thing you can do really is think and process. And as you sit there, not wanting to do anything, not wanting to go anywhere, not wanting to be with anyone, you're, you have a few options. Do I change the way I am? Do I rebuild myself? Do I do something different? Or do I continue to do the same thing I've been doing? Because it seems to not be working. It seems to not work. And a lot of Christians would say, like, hey, I tried that Christian stuff. I've tried this. I tried that. It doesn't work for me. We turn it into a work. We turn it into a formula. And if that formula is not working, then we're looking for another way out. I know that when we pray and we seek God, a lot of people say, hey, I've tried that prayer stuff. I've tried seeking God. It just doesn't work for me. I've worked. I prayed. And in the end, it's not for me. And I'm like, well, it's not a try it, see if you like it, 30-day money back guarantee. I hear Christians saying, hey, if you don't like God, the devil will take you back. And they're just being very, hard hearted, because a lot of people, man, they don't understand. They're going through challenges and difficulties. We have to have enough wisdom and grace for people to see that, hey, if you're not feeling good and you want to sit there and process, change what you've been doing, change the way you've been thinking. I had a friend who was just so discouraged and depressed and seeking everything and trying to understand like what's going on, and he was in the politicals and seeking maybe the political way is the way out in this world. And the more he sought, the more he realized that this isn't it. I don't want this. I don't like this. I need more. There has to be an answer. And he was deep rest. And in that deep rest, he found Christ. He got born again. He's like, I wish everybody else seeking for answers and political things, and in that depressed, and both his parents died, and just life is coming to a halt, and it's like, okay, it's time to make choices. Are we gonna fall into with this in this deep rest mode? Are we going to start doing a bunch of drugs and alcohol and try to drink all the pain away, or are we going to say, hey, okay, what's the way out? What's the solution? What can I do to help me move forward and live and actually enjoy this life? So if you are in a place of deep rest, I'm just thinking of countless friends and people who were recently or just overcame that mode or that area of that deep rest that they were in. They're realizing that depression doesn't have to rule their life. It doesn't have to be, either it was a breakup or loss or challenges in their life or whatever it is, they're realizing that, like, hey, I need to rebuild and remold myself, because if I don't, I'm just going to continue to do the same thing again and again. I'm going to replay the same thing again and again in my mind and just constantly struggle with the same things. So it's time for us to change the way we think, change the way we live, and basically take advantage of these moments of deep rest. It's a matter of perspective. Depression isn't the end of the world. Depression isn't the hardest, most difficult thing. And then I hear, clinical psychologists online and Jordan Peterson, everybody else just kind of sharing their, well, man, depression's the worst thing. It's like I lost a cat, I lost all my loved ones, and man, I was sad, but what I'm feeling is 100 times worse. And I'm thinking, like, yeah, but if you don't do anything about it, you're going to stay there. So we have to do something about this and change and get out of that place. But if we don't take advantage of that place, then we'll stay there forever. So anyway, friends, I just wanted to encourage you that you don't have to stay here in that place. This is where you can learn. This is where you can grow. This is where you can overcome and become something amazing. But if you don't, then man, you can be depressed for a year or two and just be like, I don't know how to shake it. I don't know how to fight it. I don't know how to change it. And the furnace is on. So anyway, everybody, I love you guys. Enjoy the season. Overcome depression. Overcome what's stopping you, because you can. Take advantage of the season and just walk with Jesus and walk in love. And I love you guys. Reach out if you need anything.